So here we are at the Orbital booth, and with me is...
Dr. Carl Schuler.
And Carl, what does Orbital do?
Orbital is a premier supplier of rockets and satellites for telecommunications and remote sensing.
So you're into telecommunications, so the theme of the conference is about communications, so you must know how to communicate and can give us a good tip on the most effective way to communicate.
Simply and concisely.
Simply and concisely. Do you want to put that in a complete sentence?
It's important to make the very complex issues of telecommunications and remote sensing as simple as possible when talking to folks who are just interested in what we do.
Great. Well, that's a good thing to remember. Simple and concisely, and then from that you can make it a sentence. Thanks.
Hi, I'm standing here with Joe. And Joe, what did we just look at?
This is a portable weather station that we manufacture, all these components, and it's used a lot in the hazmat industry, firefighting, any place you want to take immediate weather measurements that set up very quickly, and that's the primary application for it. We also make fixed weather stations and a variety of general weather instruments.
Thanks, Joe. So we're here at this conference, and the theme of it is communicating weather and science. What one tip would you give about communicating weather and science?
Well, I think it's relationships, personal relationships with those in the industry, and that's what we have. I've been coming to this conference for 30 years, so developed a lot of them, and a lot of them have moved on, and there are a lot of younger ones coming in, so it's been quite an experience.
Hey, Joe, do you mind, are you married?
Yes, I am.
And how does your wife feel about all these relationships you've been developing?
Well, some of them very positively and some, well, questionable.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very good.
So here we are at the AMS exhibit hall, and with me today is...
Peter Clement from Sonalist.
And what does Sonalist do?
We are a software development company that deals with bringing in the client's software and their different formatted products, and we produce all the products for them. So yeah.
And so the theme of this conference is, of course, communicating. So if you had one tip to tell people, because that's what you do, you communicate your product to people, what's your one tip on how to effectively communicate?
I'd say be effective, be short, and be concise.
That's three.
That's what it's
1A, 1B, 1C. All right. Thanks.
So I'm here with Teddy from Sutron Corporation. And Teddy, can you tell us what you do?
Well, we're a remote sensing and monitoring company based in Virginia, and we do a lot of weather stations, a hydrological station, tide stations, tsunami warning for the NOAA and NOS in the United States.
Thank you. So you've been here at this meeting about communicating weather and climate. What tip do you have for people?
I think the best tip that I can give people is to listen. If you learn how to listen to your customers, you can actually provide better services to your customer.
I didn't quite catch that, sorry.
I know what you're saying.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So here we are at the Esri booth, and with me is Lori. So Lori, what does Esri do?
We're the leader in GIS.
Yes, I know that.
Geographic Information Systems.
Okay, good. And so, obviously acronyms are not a very good way to communicate all the time because people don't.
Everybody has one here.
But everyone has one, that's true. So if you had to, besides get rid of acronyms, if you had to give people one good tip on how best to communicate, what would that tip be?
Well, it's easy to communicate something, but a map sets it, map sets it in stone. Okay.
A map sets it in stone.
Yes. It's very believable when you have a map behind it.
Okay. So that's kind of a visual
Yes, it
thing,
is.
isn't it? All right, good. Well, thank you.
As I'm cracking